So, ladies and gentlemen, there was ever a hometown hero. This was the gentleman, the pride of Port Arthur, Ontario, one of the nicest communities in our central province of Canada. He came to major prominence with the Port Arthur Bruins in the 47 season, but Dave Creighton, or Creighton, whatever way you pronounce it, has been a legend over the years. They talk about his exploits. Basically, the fact was to come from such a strong program, and also became a coach later on in his career. And of course, his son Adam played in the NHL as well. So again, he first came to major prominence for that 47 campaign for the Port Arthur Bruins of the TBJHL. Now that year he played for Fort William KFC, the Memorial Cup playoffs. 48 again played with the Port Arthur Bruins of the TBHL, who also made it to the Memorial Cup. And that's where he opened out, ladies and gentlemen, in that playoff in 48. 21 goals and 15 assists and 36 points in 17 games. Now, he started his NHL career with Boston in 1948-49. First scored his first goal and played 3 playoff games. But he was well known for the time with Hershey, where he had 37 points in 49 games. His rookie campaign was 1950, where he had 31 points in 64 games, and was a Boston stalwart for many years. Eventually scored 20 goals twice for Boston in 52 and 54. He also had a great playoff run in 53, where he had 9 points in 11 games. Now, he eventually found his way to the Toronto Maple Leafs for the 55 campaign, but then started what he called his have-stick-will travel years, where he was later passed on to Chicago, where he had 14 points in 49 games. Now, on August 18, 1955, the Red Wings traded Creighton and Bronco Horvat to the Rangers in exchange for Aggie Kukulwich and Billy D. Now, with the Rangers, he had another 20-goal season in 1956, and he was always on a cusp, ladies and gentlemen, 17 goals. Now, he found himself back with the Toronto Maple Leafs in 59, also skated with Rochester that year. In 1960, he split time again with Toronto and Rochester. Now, from then on, it was a multi-year career in the AHL with Rochester, Buffalo, and Baltimore, as well as the Providence Reds. Like we were saying, he eventually became their head coach in the 69-70 campaign. Now, AHL numbers were quite strong. 1960 with Rochester, he had 25 goals. 61 with Rochester, 30. 21 with Buffalo in 62. And with the Clippers between 63 and 66, he had 24, 17, 23. Went over to Providence in 66, combined 19 goals. Then 22 goals, 22 and 11 between 67 and 69 for Providence. So overall, ladies and gentlemen, played over 1,500 games in NHL and minor pro. Now, NHL total is quite impressive. 616 games, 314 points with 140 goals. In the playoffs, 24 points in 51 games. Most of that success with the Bruins. AHL numbers very close to point a game pace. 800 games, 258 goals, 692 points, 33 points in the playoffs, including 45 games and 15 goals. So as it comes down to it, ladies and gentlemen, more than 400 pro goals, major pro and minor pro, in regular season and playoff. And again, impressive, more than 1,000 points, ladies and gentlemen. So as good as he was in the NHL, and back then, ladies and gentlemen, there was no disgrace playing in the AHL because it was comparable to the WHA in the 1970s. But what I've noticed about him, the Bruins legacy, kind of forget him every once in a while. But if you're a Bruins fan, it'd be good to learn more about this player. And I hope this podcast explains a little bit of his importance to a Bruins nation. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening. If you're a Boston Bruins fan, we'd love to see your response to our Bruins podcast. Give us a like, comment, or subscribe. And requests are always encouraged. As long as, in the words of my good friend Travis Cook, you don't give me 15 at once. You only give 7, so I can do it. So, don't get 15. I'll leave the limit for you at 7 or 8. Because, it's not hard doing the podcast. It's the friggin' upload and the formatting. If you know how Microsoft programs work. Anyway, thanks for listening. Bye.